Okay, what is going on, everybody? Today is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, January 23rd, and we're all here. Yeah, we survived last week and we're still here, which is really, really great for everybody. So, yeah, that's a great thing. And so hopefully everybody's doing good. It's been cold here in Detroit. There's an infamous song you can find on YouTube's "It's So Cold in the D." I probably sound better than they do, but anyways, there's a song "It's So Cold in the D." It's very infamous, and yeah, you could find that song too. Anyways, yeah. So it's been super cold, super snowy, and but we're surviving the polar vortex of Michigan. Um, the winter blues have been a little hard though, because the extra, punch to the gut here is when the Lions lost last week against the Washington Commanders, you know. Um, and it was a kind of surprise. The Lions lost, but there's always next year. I mean, I'm really happy. Um, some people want to get rid of the our you know Jared Goff. I'd say I don't want Matt Stafford back. Anyways, so welcome to Motown to Mainstreet, which is a Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we go live every Thursday, and we talk about Detroit stuff, Disney stuff, whatever comes about, whatever we're thinking about. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're simultaneously streaming to Twitch and YouTube. So if you're on Twitch, follow us. If you're on YouTube, you can follow us. Press that subscribe button. Don't be shy. It's completely free. You press the subscription button on YouTube. It's completely free. You get to know, and if you hit the notification bell, of course, you get to know when we go live and when we put up brand new videos and all that stuff. And yeah, and it's really great. It's free. It's all free. Free is great. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, last week, can't remember what we talked about. Actually, no, last week we went over a lot of things. And so we have two episodes in the past, and this is episode number 3. And I can't believe this is like the third week. This is really great. So today we're just going to go over some news stuff because Disney news, it just flashes right by you. There's so much of it to keep track of. It's super hard to keep track of. And how I do it is I have some alerts set up on Google. I use Google Alerts to get all the Disney news. And I have Twitter. If you follow us on Twitter, we have a list, a Disney news list where we get all of our news there. And I kind of get all it's a news aggregator. Is that not an alligator, but an aggregate? I get an aggregator, I guess. I can't, it's one of those words. But it's a collection. Basically it's a list of all the Disney news sources. There's so many of them. And so I use that to keep track of all of the news, of course, on Disney. It's there's a lot of stories that come out every single day. Some of them are super important to know about, especially if you're traveling down to Disney World, and some are not, and some websites are really better than others. Some of them have very clickbaity titles and some don't. So, but I like to share some decent knowledge. That's what it's all about, sharing the knowledge of Disney. And yeah. So let's see here. We'll find this here. And I thought this was hilarious. Not hilarious. This is some serious stuff. So I don't know how serious it is. So so let's kind of get into it today. I was reading today's article. I'll share the websites. I don't care. Look, Inside the Magic is very. They post a ton of stuff every single day. They keep my newsfeed busy. Anyways, so this article. First of all, I want to say that a lot of clickbait titles come from Inside the Magic. It's just one of those things. But I read through the articles. There's a lot of if you're not familiar with this site, you can go there. Anyways, so basically, what's happened on Space Mountain is the bald eagle has landed on top of Space Mountain and has been hanging there, hanging out. I don't know if there's a nest or not, but it's been hanging there on the top of Space Mountain. No, that's no joke. Here are some pictures. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh yeah. Okay. So here is some pictures right here of this eagle that's on top, right here, on top of Space Mountain. That's right. And so some people are kind of concerned about the Florida government saying that this is now a endangered species habitat, and they would shut down the park because there are some rules for endangered species that if you are, for instance, within so many feet of said bird that that it's not allowed. I don't believe that would happen. Look. I mean, I've. The thing is here is that I don't think that would happen to Walt Disney World because an eagle would come flying by. Just imagine the birds that are, and I don't, they could be nesting in the animal kingdom. If you did not know, the animal kingdom is an actual zoo. It is actually one of the best zoos in the United States. Just like the Detroit Zoo, we have a zoo, and we have bald eagles at the Detroit Zoo. I don't think they may or may not fly. I'm not sure what kind of condition they're in, but nobody's coming out and saying, "Hey, Detroit Zoo, that's an endangered species. You don't do anything. You can't go by there." No, that's the thing. A lot of people worry about what may or may not happen, and then we get rumors and stuff like that. It's not happening. So I thought that was pretty doggone interesting today. Yeah, and whatnot. That was an interesting time. So, let's see here. What else? We'll go to the next big story today. Okay, let's see here if we can pull it over a little here. I was a pass holder at one point in time. I have all sorts of magnets on top of my refrigerator, and yeah, I was a pass holder, and I'm going to be a pass holder again, and you could be a pass holder too. Wouldn't you like to be a pass holder too? Yeah, it's kind of expensive. I do say that if you're not planning on going and using your pass, going to Walt Disney World every single day or a lot, then I don't know that a pass is a good investment for you. But I can say this, and put things in this perspective. If you are living down in Walt Disney World, or even going for a trip that is over 7 days long, and you're paying $100 and something or more for a ticket, and you go to Walt Disney World for 7 days, and you plan on coming back later on that year for another 7 days, another week's vacation, you should just go ahead and get that pass, that annual pass, because you know why? It's gonna save you money on your next 7-day trip. you won't have to pay again, because getting there at the being there at the park 7 days, and it costs you $100 or so. That's $700, and an annual pass is like, that almost pays for an annual pass. I'm just saying. So think about it. Annual pass. If you're going to be at the parks for 14 days in an entire year, you might as well get it, because there are some benefits. First of all, I mean, they're not too shabby, you know. So what can you get here? Well, here's a bucket list for things to do for new Disney World Disney World annual pass holders. And here's the first one. First of all, you're going to be able to get your annual pass holder magnet. I have a ton of them. I have them. I have some of the extra ones. Maybe we'll have a giveaway at one point in time. But there, you get these magnets every year. They're great, and they're actually well sought out of. So if you have how this works is, for every pass holder that you have in your family, or if you get a pass and your kid gets a pass, and there's so many passes that you have there, everybody gets a magnet. So we have a family of 3. We got 3 magnets every time we went to the parks. And we got when they had the pass magnets there. And then even eventually, at one point in time, they were mailing them to you if you lived out of state, which was like really great. So yeah, let's hear. Here's another magnet. Let's see. Let's go back here. You can it says here that the Disney doesn't often give out physical annual pass cards anymore, but without one, you can find a spot in the park and take an adorable photo with and announce your annual pass holder status. I guess that's kind of a cool thing, I guess. I mean, you can take a photo with your, with Figment or something. Let's see here. What else? AP merch. That's a huge thing. So a lot of people, Disney has annual pass holder merch, and that's a really big thing in Walt Disney World. And it's like things that you can only get as a annual pass holder. And I'm sure that there are people that will buy annual pass holder merchandise for other people who are not even annual pass holders, because they're collecting it. But I think that, these are, and I can't say they're really niche items, because, the annual pass holder, that group of people is probably really, really huge, by the way. But you have to they have this annual pass holder merchandise. They have magic bands, they have pins, they have all sorts of things, and it's really great. And it's you're getting the certain things. Also, on top of that, don't forget to use your 20% discount in most shopping locations. That's really important, because you get 20% discount. And some of the times these discounts stack with other discounts. So let's say they're running a sale on something, which happens quite a bit. And there's a sale, and you want to, buy something, and it even works on the Disney shop and online, on the Disney store online, and you get some merch, and you get to apply your 20% discount shopping. It's 20% is better than no percent. Also, right now, if you are an annual pass holder, saying, you also get, I believe, 40 for some period of time. Booking is like until like February. You're going to be getting 40% off of your resort stay, of your resort cost of your resort. So yeah, that's something that you can do, that you'll be able to get. On top of that, another great thing is dining discounts. That's another great thing. Dining discounts. You get them. I know a lot of people already they go right now, they're offering the Disney dining plan, which you pay for and you pay for ahead of time. But if you are like going, I would call it a la carte dining. Basically, you're just paying as you go. You're going to go out there. You are going to get 20%, or is it 20% or some percentage um off of your meals. And that is a really great thing to do. That's really, really great. Another thing that's going to save you money when you go on your trip as an annual pass holder is that you get to get free parking. This is huge. Every day, if you drove and did not fly, if you drove to Walt Disney World, I drive to Walt Disney World from Michigan. It's a long way. Takes 2 days to get there. But hey, I'm not paying the exorbitant cost of airfare for 2 to 3, 5 people. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. If you're driving and you got to park your car because you decided, you know, sometimes taking Walt Disney World transportation is not so convenient. It's hard to get places on time. And if you have park reservations at restaurants that are located in the parks, you have to make sure that you're there on time. And if you're waiting for buses or shuttles or whatever, you may not get there on time. So if you have your own car, it's like a perk, I guess, to me, to have your own car down there. And if you drive, you're gonna have to pay more. No more paying $30. $30. It adds up. You're there for a week. 7 times 3, $210 in parking. And that's just if let's say that you go parking, that could even double. That could even double. If I go to the Magic Kingdom in the morning and I park $30. Boom. I go park hop. I go to like Epcot, $30. Boom. If I go park hopping, every time I go parking in a new parking place, I have to pay $30. So it's possible that you could, I mean, seriously, if you go to like 3 parks in one day, there's people that do that, but if you're park hopping, that could be at least $60 a day in parking that you would be saving. That's now $420 for a 7-day stay. So that's $420 that you saved in parking that you could also add to your annual pass. That's half of the annual pass almost that you're saving. I'm just putting it out there so you can kind of put this annual savings of why I really want to get an annual pass. Especially if you're traveling to the Magic Kingdom. So yeah, it's and right now it's 40% discount at hotels right now for annual pass holders. It's a really great deal. Really, really, really awesome deal. And I think that's really, really great. So here. I just wanted to say, today, I don't know if it was exactly today, but if you did not know, see if I get a picture. No, well, here I'll get something else. Today is a special day for the animal kingdom. I'll tell you why in a minute. Um, but it is a special day. Let's see here. Oh yeah, let's do this first. We'll do this link here because I thought I actually do like these. These are pretty nice. So if you did not know, right now, this is from a website called the Kingdom Insider. I just found it. Just found this website. Um, so they have a lot of merchandise now going on at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, and this is the Spirit jersey right here. I think the Spirit jersey look. I like purple. I like Figment. A lot of people, some people, Figment for people is like a hit or a miss. You may or may not like Figment. Hey, that's I guess that's the way it goes, right? But I think Figment is like it's like one of those things that just eventually you just start loving Figment. You're like, yeah, he's cool. But Figment for the last it seems like the last 7 years, Figment is making a comeback. Um, on everything, especially the Festival of the Arts. Yeah. Um, so that wow, $79.99, 79.99. For the Spirit jersey. I gotta say, if you're in Florida now, you may want to pick up some Spirit jersey because it is cold. Cold. It's cold down there. I even heard it was snowing in some places, not by Orlando though. You can also pick up this lug cross body bag with Figment for the Epcot International Festival of the Arts bag. It's cross body bag. And also you could let's see here. Oh yeah. I think that's the same one. No, let's see here. That's a different one. That's a sling bag, not the same. Crossbody more square, sling more slim and narrow, taller for $90. Man, that's no. And then you get a Tervis 24-ounce tumbler for $35. And that's quite a bit there. And you can get a let's hear that's a tumbler for $35. And then they have a hat. This is what I like. I'm a hat guy. I like my hats. I really like the artwork on the Festival of the Arts. It is really something else. I do like the way it has like it looks like the writing on the prime time 50s. I'm just saying. And the primetime 50s look. That's kind of like what the letters look like. But it looks very modernistic. Our art of animation almost looks like that. I'm just saying. The art of animation thing. And then even can get the Festival of the Arts ears. That's $50. And and then you can also get and by the way, right below me is our famous dog Ham. We actually call him his dad's name. Last time I did call him Broncos, but anyways, his name is Hannibal, like Hannibal Smith of the A Team. Yeah, and you can't see him right now, but he's there. Oh yeah, and they have this pin. That's great. That's a pretty cool pin. The Figment Faces pin, and yeah, so a couple of pins. You could pin yourself all into you want a lot of pins. All right, so that's some merchandise from the Festival of the Arts, and that's great stuff. Um, let's see here. We already thought I got rid of that. Let's see here. We also got let's see here. Hold on a minute. Oh, we don't want that at all. Um, so there was also a animal. Did you? I don't know if you knew this or not. Let's go back here. There was there's a hippo that turned 50 years old. Um, yeah. Well, this is another website. Well, that's cool. We'll go here. Um, So this hippo, let's hear Viviano, Viviana, the hippo celebrates 50 years of age. Oh, we got a pop up here. Get out of there. All right. So, anyways, Viviana the hippo celebrates 50 years on Disney at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I don't know if she was there 50 years at Disney. She no way that the hippo has been at the Animal Kingdom 50 years. That is not even possible because the Animal Kingdom has not been there for 50 years. But she's celebrating her 50th anniversary of her birthday at the Animal Kingdom. Just saying. This hippo is as old almost as I am. Now, so I'm a member at the Detroit Zoo, and we had a hippo that was almost the same age before it passed away. It was so I think that the hippo actually was born before I over 50 something. I'm like, I'm in my mid 50s, and this hippo was older than I was. Uh we had the same hippo for the longest time. So hippos live a long period of time. Um, and so I think that's because they eat a lot of watermelons and fruits and cantaloupes and stuff like that. I'm just saying, I think it's because of their diets. I could be wrong about that. But I think they probably eat better than we did sometimes. And they live a very long time. I don't know if you were to put 50, they probably in hippo year. Is there such a thing as hippo years? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. Um, let's see here. And that's not a great article there. Oh, here's another article. If you did not know, and this is another reason why you got to keep up with things because uh Dino Land, here's the picture. Dino Land, they have officially when you see people like these kind of photos right here, when they got their shovels and a pile of dirt, they're getting really serious about getting ready to basically break ground. When they say they're breaking ground, I don't think they got this. I think they just put the dirt there. There's no shovels in the. There's no breaking the cement there yet, but they're very serious about getting this rolling right here. Moana is going right here where Dino Land used to be at, and they were talking about also putting some type of other ride there that had to do with Indiana Jones. I think the same Indiana Jones ride that they have in Disneyland. I think that would be kind of cool to have in Walt Disney World. I do know they have the Indiana Jones what is it called? The Indiana Jones Spectacular. I don't know. I can't remember the Indiana Jones show over there, the stunt show in the Hollywood studios. That's something really great to watch. If you've never seen it before, I'm sure a lot of people have, but if you haven't, and it's your first time to Walt Disney World because it costs so much. No, I'm just just joking there. But yeah, but we're making. I think this is going to be called the tropical Americas in the Animal Kingdom, and I think it's going to be really great. I hope that you know, um, they incorporate a lot of things there. It's going to be really great. I mean, I love Moana. Look, I love The Rock. I love Moana. I like. I hope they have some. Hope they have a really. Maybe they'll have a really nice restaurant too. Like maybe they'll make a restaurant like they did in Toy Story Land. Just saying that would be something else. Um, so that was just a couple of weeks ago, actually, not that long. Um, let's see here, what else did we? This I gotta tell you, this story almost made me cry. This was about this was last week, over the last week. This story, this guy right here, this World War II veteran. Um, he he was gifted. It was his 100th birthday that he celebrated at Walt Disney World. He served back in World War II, and he joined when he was 18 years old. Went into the draft to the Army, and he went to the went to ROTC, the Reserve Officers Training Corps. And here's a picture of him back in the Army. And then here's another picture. This is like probably World War II or something. And so yeah, Bill had his 100th birthday at Walt Disney World as a veteran. They gave him the flag. His name was Colonel. He was in the ended up with the rank of Colonel, which is really, really great. And I have to say that I really think that Walt Disney does go out. There's a picture of Bill, Colonel Bill. I think it's really great, that they really do great for veterans at Walt Disney World. As a veteran myself, if you are if you're wearing your veteran's hat, they, a lot of people will say to you, "Hey, thanks for your service. I really appreciate hearing that when I come into the parks and everybody telling you thanks for your service." Every day they have a veteran at Walt Disney World at the retreat ceremony that they fold they fold the flag, they give to the veteran, and he leads with the flag back to wherever they take it to. And yeah, I think that's really, really awesome way to support the veterans. And yeah, Disney is really great. And they even have like they do on I think it's Veterans Day or one of those days, they have a flyover. Yeah, on Veterans Day, they have a flyover by the Blue Angels, I believe. And that is some experience. I've never been there while it's happened. But that's very awesome there. And yeah, so happy birthday to Bill, who turned 100 years old. Hopefully he lives to see a few more years. Yeah, that's something that I really think they've done really great with. See here. Okay, so here's some things that are coming up in the month of February, because we're almost done with January. It's the 23rd that we have one more session of the Motown to Mainstreet. Here's some things that are going to be changing. 6 changes in February. The Connections Cafe Valentine's Day treat from 2023, but February 14th. Let's see. They have a lot of things. Oh, Epcot is going to be opening late on February 23rd. The park will not open until 10 a.m., but if I guess they're going to be going late. Yeah, interesting. It may be the day to go to Epcot because it's going to be open way late. They're going to be having the UCA National High School Cheerleading Championship happening on February the 7th through the 10th. So hey, the park's going to be inundated with cheerleaders. They're going to be doing somersaults and whatever. It'll be super exciting. A lot of people visiting with their children and cheering on. They're cheering the cheerleaders. There you go. Yeah, so they're gonna have a lot of groups. And Run Disney, the Princess Half Marathon is going to be going on the last part of February, from February 20th to the 24th. So that's a date both dates, I would say don't go on the weekend to the park in the morning because it's going to be busier than busy for the half marathon at 13 miles. By the way, you did not know. Um, 26 miles, full marathon, 13. But I would go, I would go to Walt Disney World on Valentine's Day. They have the best sweets. Take your sweetheart out to the parks, somewhere. Go on the People Mover, eat a cupcake that looks really great right here. Go and you can go and go to the parks and have a great time and enjoy a great time there on Valentine's Day. They have, I mean, everywhere I go in the parks, and you see all these great things that you can just the delicious sweet treats. Everybody has room for sweet treats, no matter how much you've eaten. That's what my kid would say. Oh, I save some space for my sweet treats. Um, let's see here. And Epcot After Hours returns. That's right. That's going to be an event on the 27th of February, and also on select nights through September. So Epcot, plan ahead. It's going to be that probably after hours events are probably they're usually several $100, not several hundred, $100 and something dollars to go to to go on one of these late night escapades. But you get to go on a lot of rides. They have a lot of shows. They got a lot of dancing. Um, yeah, really great time. Um, if you did not know, I'm not going to show any pictures for this, but if you did not know, the Hall of Presidents is closed. That is something that is every time we get a new president, it changes, and so yeah, Hall of Presidents is closed until further notice. I don't know if they're going to be changing anything. Yeah, I don't know if they have to have new recordings from you know, or what they're going to be doing. It's going to, well, I guess you'll have to wait and watch. I hear the lines are going to be huge. Um, but don't bump. Let's hear, man. Oh, let's hear. So let's hear. We're getting close to how long we were on last week. Next week, what we're going to do, it's going to be a longer show, like an hour for sure. But we're going to be working on next week. We're going to be working on looking at some Disney resort. We're going to look at some Disney resort rooms from other things, like some recap videos of people that have, some still photography, maybe, go on a reaction video live. And we'll call that a reaction live to some resort videos and resort reviews. And, we'll get to see some rooms from some of the resorts that you might be staying at in the future, what the changes were, and see what you think. A lot of times, some people don't like the changes, and some people do. Everybody is kind of nitpicky in some fashion about some room at Disney World. Um, but I think things that make your stay good is the housekeeping, the service from the front desk, and just overall, all your overall trip to Walt Disney World, the way that the entire trip is, will have a great effect on you, regardless of what your room is. Your room plays a big entire part, but you're not only staying in your room for a small period of time, I would hope. So, anyways, and there's a lot of construction going on. A lot of resorts are remodeling this year. We covered that in the previous video, so you can go back and watch and listen to that one. And so if you haven't subscribed, you have not subscribed also, go ahead and mash the subscribe button while you're at it. Remember, mash the subscribe button and then mash the notification bell so you know when we go, you get notifications when we go live and everything else like that. And we really appreciate all of our subscribers. That's another thing that we really appreciate is all of the subscribers. And it's something that we really appreciate is everybody, all of our subscribers and all the watchers too. I mean, and so yeah, next Thursday we'll be here at 9 p.m. as always, and you can make sure you watch the replay. Anyways, for that, I think we're going to end it right now. We're gonna end it right now, and I want to say thank you to all of you who've made it a great day. And for now, we'll say over. Yeah, over and out.